Tonight we report that the Wilton Manors, South Florida log cabin Republicans have launched a complaint to the executive producer of the Happening Out television network about me. I, according to their president, aired when I spoke about an It's Happening Out host that threw a mic pack in storming off the show. It seems to be very important to note, according to the local president of the LCR, that he was a member of the Washington Log Cabin Republicans, not South Florida. So as to not be fake news, I stand corrected. The Trump-supporting host of It's Happening Out stormed off the live show after being crushed in comparisons of hypocrisy and then threw a mic pack at me, missed, and hit power infinity. We showed it as a live action meme that was seen by tens of thousands of people. And to be clear, he was not a member of the South Florida chapter of LCR, but the Washington chapter. We regret that incorrect information, and we invite the South Florida Log Cabin Republicans to join me whenever they're ready to discuss the news of the day. I'm ready. However, I can't help but wonder what Donald Trump will think when he sees this correction. Vote on November 3rd, 2020. Are you going to ignore what you are seeing? Are you an ostrich or an American? The notorious RBG asked us to grant her one final wish before her death, a fervent desire that her death would not be politicized by selecting a new justice until we put November 3rd behind us. Justice. What an appropriate word today. So for justice, we ask, are you an ostrich or an American? We ask you here. We ask you now. Donald Trump was hired with no experience except as being the greatest flim-flam artist in history, to be our apprentice, to be our people's manager for our great republic, a concept, a dream called America. He has failed. Here's 14 reasons why. Number 14, are you an ostrich? You know, in 1939, there really was a thing called Jews for Hitler. My friend Power Infinity has suggested there's probably roaches for raid. Your children, your country, the world, the history books will judge your actions on November 3rd. Number 13, lies. Trump has launched a tsunami of lies, more than 20,000 false or misleading statements, and they're growing daily, more than a generation of American presidents all combined. In the next term, it will only get worse. Number 12, the rich are richer, you are not rich. The top 1% have benefited the most under Trump, with 95% of everything made in the last 4 years. You dream of that, but it is a false dream. You will benefit. Number 11, he built the swamp. His promise to drain it just meant he personally was going to institutionalize it for himself. Number 10, Trump versus America. He chooses Trump. At every turn, his actions are designed not for you, not for America, but for his own selfish plans and his own re-election. Number 9, servicemen and women are losers and suckers. Those are his words. He disrespects our most loyal Americans while he used his privilege to escape patriotic service for himself. You're going to ignore that? Number 8, despots of the world unite. A despot is defined as a ruler who holds absolute power and who exercises power in a cruel and oppressive way. Russia, North Korea, Turkey, Brazil. He loves these despots because he is one, and after November 3rd will become an institution of one. Number 7, reality stars should not be on TV. Maybe they should, but definitely not in the White House. The world jokes about his use of words like huge and horrible and his language because he knows how to manipulate us for his own ratings. It is unbecoming of the leader of the free world. Number 6, the world is really flat. Trump rejects science and medicine. It's why he lives in conspiracy theories. COVID-19, climate, so many examples. Hint here, Fox News and Sean Hannity is not an expert source for knowledge for anyone except Donald Trump. Number 5, unconditional loyalty or revenge will eventually turn on you. Trump demands unconditional loyalty or will destroy you in endless tweets and lies. Remember 16 Republican candidates? Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz? Why didn't you learn your lesson? Why hasn't America? Number 4, like his business, he will bankrupt America. So many Trump bankruptcies. So you can't be surprised the trillions he has spent has been more deficit spending in a single term than any president in history. Recession is coming. Number 3, America's leadership in the world has ended. Don't confuse our dollar, our money, for respect. Polls suggest as many as 70% of the people on this planet think the worst of America in an entire generation because of our president. Number 2, you are an ostrich. BLM versus his law and order leads to blacks for Trump? A fake immigration crisis and cages for children leads to Latinos for Trump? Trans ban and false claims of the greatest LGBTQ president in history leads to gays for Trump? Sexual abuse, grabbing a pussy and paying off porn stars leads to women for Trump? Go ahead, bury your head in the sand. Number 1, so now decide what to do with our apprentice. He's had 4 years to apprentice as president. How did he do? What did he do for you? Why are you standing up for him? You can't. At no time in the history of our republic, our democracy, have we had such a terrible moment as this. Therefore, Donald Trump, we must decide what to do on November 3rd. The reality star made this famous phrase. Watch this.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
With all of the results that we've just talked about, Donald Trump has decided you're fired.